The Supreme Court is allowing the most commonly used abortion pill in America, mifepristone, to remain widely available. NBC News reports, quote, the court's decision means women can still obtain mifepristone by mail, use it at home, and use it up to 10 weeks into a pregnancy as litigation continues in the lower court. The generic version of the drug will also continue to be available. The case will now go back to the Fifth Circuit for oral arguments before a 3-judge panel on May 17th. Nothing will change mifepristone's availability in the interim, end quote. Now, later in the hour, I'm going to be joined by the former Planned Parenthood leader, Cecile Richards, and the law professor, Mary Ziegler, to discuss more about what this ruling means. But this piece of breaking news dovetails nicely with a broader conversation that I was planning to have with you tonight. You know the line, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, that portion of the Declaration of Independence is quoted so often that it's become cliche. But America has some problems that are affecting the very first of those enumerated rights, life. Despite the action by the Supreme Court tonight, living in America for too many people still means fearing for your life if you are pregnant. It also means fearing for your life if you are gay, fearing for your life if you are trans or gender nonconforming, and apparently now fearing for your life if you go to the wrong door when picking up your twin brothers, fearing for your life if you accidentally get in the wrong car in the supermarket parking lot, fearing for your life if you mistake someone's driveway for another country road. A poisonous combination of fear-mongering by conservative politicians seeking power and conservative media seeking viewers has created this never-ending loop, one continuously feeding the other. And it has created a culture of fear that the merchants of death in the gun lobby and the gun industry have used to sell Americans guns. So many guns. An impossible to fathom number of guns. Bloomberg News reports, quote, U.S. gun owners possess 393.3 million weapons, according to a 2018 report by the Small Arms Survey, end quote. 393.3 million. There are more American-owned guns in America than there are Americans in America. And when you combine this carefully curated culture of fear with a nation armed literally to death, well, what you get is a culture of death. Didn't used to be this way. It's actually gotten a lot worse over the past 15 years or so. This week, Jordan Klepper of The Daily Show talked to a man named Ryan Bussey. Bussey used to be an executive working inside the firearms industry. Now he's one of the industry's biggest critics.
I'm deeply troubled by the firearms culture that's emerged in and around guns in our country now. It mirrors much of our political radicalization and transformation as a country. The industry itself, prior to about 2005 or 2006, would not allow any kind of tactical gear, hardly any AR-15s, no bulletproof vests, no helmets, in its own trade shows. It seemed like the industry understood that propagating that kind of thing would lead to very bad shit.
You bring an AR-15 to a gun show in 2009 and you're a weirdo?
Yeah, just 2008 and 2009 is when the weirdo stuff starts wearing off, but yeah, you're a weirdo then.
Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's worth looking at another portion of the Declaration of Independence, a few lines down from that most famous bit, at what that document said should be the goal of the new government that the founders wanted to form. Quote, it is the right of the people to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness, end quote. What do you think is most likely to keep you safe and happy today in America, to make you feel free? Lawmakers, not doctors, dictating what kind of reproductive health care you have access to? Bans on health care for trans kids? Bans on even teaching kids that LGBTQ people exist? Bans on books? Bans on drag queens reading books? People hoarding more and more guns in their homes? People fear to conceal those weapons and carry them everywhere they go? Does that make you feel more safe? Or the literal opposite of all that? After the murders at the Covenant School in Nashville last month, Tennessee Republicans responded by trying to get rid of 2 black Democrats in the state house who dared to show their support for the students demanding better gun laws. Meanwhile, in Washington state, where Democrats are in control, their response to the crisis of gun violence in this country has been to pass an assault weapons ban dealing directly with the most deadly military-style weapons in this country, used in the deadliest mass shootings in this country. It used to be in America that some people viewed the blue states as less free, with all their taxes and all their regulations, and of course all those big cities with violent crime. In fact, here's a portion of a report from NBC Nightly News from February the 15th, 1981.
More people are murdered in New York than anywhere else in the country, nearly 5 people every day. But the total number of violent crimes is staggering, 364 a day. Every 4 minutes, someone in New York is raped, robbed, assaulted, or killed. 750,000 felonies, serious crimes, are reported in New York City each year, and an equal number may go unreported.
Okay, 42 years later, here was the mayor of Boston at a press conference and the governor of Michigan being interviewed by me on this network on the same day earlier this month in 2 completely unrelated settings, saying basically the same thing to Americans who live in red states.
To the residents of Massachusetts and of Boston, we got your back. You are safe. You are protected. And we will always fight for you. And even more loudly, to the residents of other states across the country, you can vote. We encourage and will fight alongside you, but you can also move to Massachusetts.
Here in Michigan, we've expanded rights for the LGBTQ community. We have expanded workers' rights. We have expanded reproductive rights. We've made Michigan a more competitive state that is going to lure talent here. And these other governors and legislatures are trying to roll back those rights to target people. People are looking for a state where you can be who you are and have all the rights you've come to expect. Maybe you should move to Michigan.
So from abortion rights to gun to culture war fights like banning books and protecting the rights of LGBTQ Americans, there are people holding us back from progress, and there are people moving us in the right direction. Because when you look at the difference at the legislative priorities of Republican-led states and Democratic-led states, there seems to be a very stark difference.